My. This place didn't come short on my expectations.
This week, we went snorkeling with turtles and sharks, straight out of our camper 4x4. You don't believe me?
When I came out, I saw a shark a bit further away.
But there's a place in Western Australia, home to one of the most accessible and beautiful diverse reefs in the world, the Ningaloo Reef. Can it get any better? Well, it can. Because when you're done with the swimming, there is a small mountain range that hosts very special types of wallabies. There is lots to see in this special region. Okay, we just turned into Oyster Bay. Hopefully we'll see tons of fish.
We are Nick and Mathilde, and we've left everything behind to travel the 7 continents with our Land Rover Defender, the Albatross.
Europe, North America, South America, Antarctica, Australia, Asia, and Africa. A world tour for real. We want to see it all.
Join us for the best, the worst, the fantastic, the boring, the headaches, the beauty of every single moment of this journey around the world. This is day 774 and we are in Coral Bay, Western Australia.
This is the next Meridian expedition. That's the good news.
The water is not cold, it's pretty hot.
Yes! That's a win. That's very, very good news. We're very, very close, almost there. This point is Fiver Point, which means it's actually called Five Fingers. Here we're snorkeling, and apparently, Mathilde says there's tons of great snorkeling, so that's where we're going.
And I've been bashing Nicola's ears with snorkeling for the last 2 weeks. We're on the Ningaloo Reef in the southern part of it, and some people say that it's even better than the Great Barrier Reef because it's like so close from the beach, so you don't even need a boat to access it, and it didn't suffer as much bleaching events than the Great Barrier Reef that is on the east coast. So we were quite excited. The level of excitement for me is really, really high here.
So now we're looking for the Belgians, and I think we found them.
Act natural, Melvin, act natural.
I'm always on my roof rack.
How did you sleep?
Very good, and you?
Good.
Last week, with our Defender and our crew of traveller friends from Australia and Belgium, we drove north through awesome 4x4 tracks all the way till the town of Coral Bay. If you missed it, it was a wild, wild adventure. On the way, whales, shipwrecks, sand dunes and random baby sheep. Finally, we had made it to the south of the Ningaloo Reef, where we are now. The coming days, we are still in Western Australia, and we plan to explore the length of the coastline from Coral Bay all the way to the north of the peninsula at the town of Exmouth. This stretch of land is known for its exceptional reef, the Ningaloo.
Are you ready for snorkeling?
The Ningaloo Reef is the longest fringing reef of Australia, just meters away from the beach. 2,500 square kilometers, one of the world's most important biodiversity hotspots. And this, just at our feet outside the car. Whales, sharks, rays, and tons of fishes of all sorts found swimming in between the corals. On our first dive, obviously, we see tons of fish, healthy corals, and some stingrays. But we know somewhere in this water lurks sharks and turtles. So we know this is not our last dive.
where we spent the entire day. The ocean just here, beautiful snorkeling, just out the beach. I mean, that's why the Ningaloo reef is known for, is that you actually snorkel from the beach. So it's one of the most accessible in the world, and still being gorgeous and not being bleached too much. We've seen very, very tiny tip of corals that had whitened, but very few. And the good news is that the rest of this coastline is supposed to be more and more exceptional as you go. We are right now here at the bottom, and the plan is to get the four-wheel drive all the way up the peninsula. So many sights to discover, so much snorkeling and marine life, so let's go.
We're driving on the coastline. It was super sunny literally 10 minutes ago, and now it feels like we're in a movie set. There is wind, dust flying everywhere. The road is covered with a layer of sand. We can't even see the tracks of the people before, so now it feels like we're the first ones here, but we know cars were in front of us. Now what's funny is we see all these termites, and there's one right here. I'd love to go check it out because there's a million all over it. But it's funny because there's termites everywhere. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, they're everywhere. Oh, it's so windy. It's the type of thing where when you open your mouth for a split second, the whole desert is in your mouth and everything is crunchy.
The weather opened up as we completed the drive up the coastline. A corrugated track without much interest. Our only attempt at finding a path closer to the ocean ended up being a failure as we got stuck in the sand with a tide running up.
Oh wow, we were pretty stressed out. We got bogged on the beach and we saw that it was getting very, very deep, and we're like, okay, hopefully we can come out of this. Here's Mathilde. We used the sand ladders, and first go it went, but God, stressed out a bit?
Yeah, kind of. Look where the water is.
So we got bogged here, water's there. It's high tide coming, but it would have taken a few hours before it got to us, but no one around.
We eventually make it through into the Cape Range National Park, named after the small mountain range bordering the coastline. Time for a new attempt at turtle and shark spotting as we jumped in the water for another snorkel.
Our car changes like setup entirely every time we do a new activity. Those days there's the snorkel masks in the back and flip-flops ready to wear.
Exactly. It's funny, every continent has a new quick access stuff, you know. South America with hiking shoes and jackets. North America,
Hiking shoes and jackets.
also Central America was
Snorkeling gear and
gear.
towels.
On that day, the Ningaloo Reef delivered. It didn't take 5 minutes in the water before...
About luck, we dive in the water and we see not one turtle but two turtles meeting each other.
Well, luckily it's all Mathilde. I was like, water's too cold, I'll go in if you find something. And Mathilde goes in. And she's like, nah, turtle! And I'm like, argh! And I go in.
Then I was like, the turtle is more convincing than me. So we didn't even take time to change. We're going to the next spot because we want a nice place to watch the sunset and cook dinner.
No Belgians, no Aussies.
Just us and the fish.
Tried them out on the radio, but there's nobody.
Call again.
Aussies, samurai. Are you guys around? Samurai is the name of the Belgians. Too bad.
Sound of silence.
It's all for us.
Overly excited with our turtle find, we consider it a successful day and go find a campsite to get some work done.
Pretty good view, huh?
I think this is our camp spot for the night.
We didn't find the Belgians.
No, we lost the Belgians, the Aussies also. So I think tonight we're all alone. Welcome into the Albatross. Well, the guys who follow us, you know exactly that this is our new setup in the Albatross. We can actually sit here perfectly with the bed that goes up. Got the new windows, which is awesome. But there's a new item that we never talked about, and we got it in Perth, and we're gonna talk about it now. The next thing we're installing, which we're very excited about, is a Ecoflow power bank and a plug-and-play solar panel. I'm gonna open this up and let's put it into Albatross. And ta-da! This model is the Ecoflow Delta 2. It's 1,800 watts. It works like a charm. It honestly does so many things. It's much more than a battery. We can plug in USB-C, USB. We've got cigarette port. Behind here we've got 4 220 volt plugs. It can be charged with solar panels. It can be charged with a car cigarette plug. And it works via an app. And the smart information system in here makes it that the battery can charge all of the outlets. So you can have all the plugs at the back, all the plugs in the front use. You can charge laptop, drone, Starlink, put a hair dryer, put a mixer. They even say you can put a washing machine because the smart battery system inside takes care of making sure there's no over voltage. It's also very easy to move around. It's very mobile. You have 2 handles here. It's not that heavy. Usually because we're mostly driving, we actually just charge it while driving. And so the plug is right behind here. We're going to show you. We also have a 220 watt solar panel. And now we're setting up camp because we're gonna settle here until tomorrow morning, and there's still a lot of sunlight, so I'm gonna set this up. Ta-da! So it's that easy. Now, that's a 220 watt solar panel. It is charging the Ecoflow. We're gonna look at the stats on the app and also on the LCD screen on the front. Now we have to charge our drone, our computer, and our GoPro because we went snorkeling today. So to be able to work on this video and get it all out to you now, which you are going to see, we need to charge everything. So there's 12 minutes until the Ecoflow is full. It's at 99%. Right now there's 193 watts coming in from the solar panel, which is super good. It's using only 7 watts to charge the computer and the GoPro, and that's probably because the computer is fully charged. All I have to do is open the Ecoflow app. I'm just excited about these things. That's why I'm spending so much time explaining it to you guys. I'm sorry, but I just think everything in a travel vehicle, an overland vehicle, should be this easy. I think everything should have an app. I think everything should be a smart system like this where you just press buttons. It just makes life so much easier. I can see that we're at 192 watt input from the solar panel. You can see here solar. And then if I go to output, it shows me that right now there's 0 watts from the plug. That's because the computer is actually full, and 7 watts from a USB-C. And I can turn that off, for example. Boop. And that's great because directly from the bed, when we're up here and we're lazy to come down all the way to click a button and make sure nothing's like turned on, just from the phone I turn off the Starlink. I just turn it off, done, and I can turn it on in the morning. So for us, honestly, it's a product we do recommend. I mean, we love it. I just love that it's all connected.
I love it that it's lithium. I love it that it's easy to use. There's tons of charging methods, tons of ports, and you can literally do everything possible. It's like a battery but better. And if you're interested, we'll put a link in the description of this video, and that way you can go check out all of the different batteries. They have small ones, bigger, whatever. Ours is the Delta 2, and we love it. Tonight we're making summer rolls. Avocado, salad. What else are we gonna have in there?
Rice noodles.
Oh, of course, rice noodles.
We still have 2 animals on our must-find list for this area, and just a day left in the region before moving forward. Reef sharks and the rock wallaby, a sort of tiny kangaroo that settled in the cliffs of the small mountain range in front of the ocean. So the next morning, there's no time to lose. As we wait for the tide to come in before going to dive, we went searching for the wallaby in the canyons.
Morning. It is now 7 in the morning, and we brought the binoculars this round because we're doing Mandu Gorge, 3-kilometer return. We want to see the rock wallabies. Let's go find them. Literally from the parking lot we came here. Like what, 3-minute walk, 500 meters. There's already a rock wallaby here. There's a second one up there, and I'm sure there is like 15 of them. So
There's 2 over there.
Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out the binoculars, take out the long range lens, and we'll show you what they look like. Are you happy?
Like this. Never been so happy to wake up early.
So good.
The only thing to make me wake up early is probably a wallaby.
So we said, I said, it's the person who finds the wallaby next wins a massage, and guess who won? Me.
I always lose at those games. He found this little guy. I'm not sure it counts.
It counts.
It doesn't. Look, he doesn't even move.
The next bet was who found the next wallaby gets a chocolate bar. And I got it. I never win. I would prefer the massage. Can I trade?
Nope.
And that's another successful morning. We hope the last dives will be as lucky. So we set up for a bit of video editing, waiting for the next tide, and got a taste of what rains look like in this tropical region of Australia.
Whoa, the rain was no joke, huh?
A second, I was like chilling on my chair outside working on the computer. Nick is like, what's this noise? And I couldn't feel anything because I was on this side of the car. Next second, huge rain coming from the other side. And
Yeah, you're all wet and it's raining like crazy. Literally came all in a sudden. Everyone went and hid in their cars.
Eventually, the weather improved, and we took it as our cue to go for one last dive. So as we dove, it did not take long. Right away, we spotted a superb turtle feeding on the reef that we followed for 15 minutes. And then, in the blurriness of the waters, we saw it, a black tip shark, casually hanging around. And just minutes later, another one, a white tip shark this time. So awesome! The Ningaloo reef had delivered on its promises.
that was the last snorkeling stop in Ningaloo Marine Park.
I would say of this whole reef here, my favorite was Five Fingers because it had the best snorkeling, and I would also say then Yardy Creek where we saw the rock wallabies. I think that was a lot of fun.
That's cool. What about the Belgians?
Oh.
What did you guys like most?
For me, it's the same. My favorite is Five Finger Reef because the reef is the better and the visibility was good. So
Navin?
it was nice.
Well, I'm not gonna be original. I think it's the same. Mainly because also we could just like stay on the beach. Yeah, we could park on it and just like walk 2 or 3 meters and be in the middle of the movie Nemo. So it was really nice. It was beautiful. Visibility was great. A lot of fish, a lot of corals.
Five Fingers win it. Now we're all going to Exmouth.
Hopefully we'll find fish and chips because we're all craving it. And
Yes.
maybe appear in the sun.
I love how everyone is like, oh my god, we saw so many fishes. Let's go eat fish and chips.
After practically 2 weeks of sandy roads, salty roads, mud roads, everything, it was time to give albatross a car wash, especially for the sand. And this one has an underbody wash, look at that.
We say goodbye to the beach, goodbye to the Ningaloo reef, and go discover another entirely different universe. We're going far up in the northwestern part of Australia's outback, all the way to a land of canyon and mines. Next week, the change of scenery is radical. Subscribe to the channel and continue traveling with us. See you next week!
Crepe on the snorkeling parking. Now we have a good French-speaking team. I cannot say French team because those guys are not French, but they like crepe too.
You guys excited for crepes?
Who doesn't like crepes? Like psychopaths. Psychopaths don't like crepes.
So,
I can't let you go, baby. I just wanna tell you that. No, 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 no. Yeah. All of my friends